What's up, guys? Welcome back to Project Time Garage. This is going to be the second installment of reviving this 1967 Ford F100 Ranger that's been sitting here for well over 20 years. Now, if you didn't see the last episode, you probably should go check that out. I'm going to link that over here somewhere. In that episode, we were able to get it out and get it running, and running pretty reliably. So the next thing we're going to do, the goal for today, is get some tires and wheels on it, get the brakes addressed, get the clutch unstuck. Found out the clutch was stuck to the flywheel, and try to get the thing to move under its own power for the first time in 20 years. Let's get started. Well, while I was gone, they managed to get the thing up on some blocks and out of the dirt, so that's a good thing. I'm sure we're going to have to replace these brake hoses, and I imagine these drums are going to be absolutely stuck on there with a vengeance. Well, there's our new parts. We've got well, just starting from the brakes, we got shoes, master cylinder, brake hoses front and rear, set of valve cover gaskets, all new wheel cylinders, brake shoe hardware kit, upper and lower hose, Marvel mystery oil, and an old fuel pump. I guess we'll go ahead and get started with the master cylinder, because that's going to be the first thing. Yeah, now it's time to see if they sent me the wrong brake hose or not. Also time to see if we can get these off without, oh, look at that. That was terrible. See if we can get these off of here without making a big mess and breaking them all to pieces. Time will tell. Yeah, look at that brake line right there. It is just gone. Just tear it right off, no problem. All right. Well, we had one brake line that was a little crunchy, so I went ahead and bent up a new one, reflared the ends, put it back in place, try to get our wheel cylinders put on it. Let's pull some drums off. See how that works out. But it's gonna be rough. Noise alert. Air hammer time. fire for the win.
Oh, got a scratch in my back. Oh, God. Oh, okay.
Now, dude. Well, we're back here again. Some time's passed since we were working on the brakes. We had some things take precedence over getting this thing back up and going, like harvest and a few other things. But now we're back here to hopefully try and wrap this part of it up. So the object for today is to address the brake line. We have a rear brake line of the proportion valve that's broke. We're going to take care of that. First thing we're going to do is get it up in the air. I think we might just try to do a cold start on it. It's about 30 degrees out here today, so I'm just kind of curious how the old thing will start up. We'll give that a try, get the tractor here and get the front end lifted up, get it blocked up underneath it so we can get under it a little easier. And then we're going to try to get the clutch broke loose, and hopefully at that point we can drive this thing around just a little bit, which is the ultimate goal for the whole thing. So let's do a cold start. Let's see how it starts on this cold, blustery 30-degree morning. We've left our battery disconnected since the last time we were here. Last time we were here was about probably 2 months ago or something like that, I'm speculating. So this thing's been sitting a little bit. This is our temporary gas can. Carburetor bowl's dry. Maybe get it a little drink of gas and see what happens. Our fuel pump's not getting any fuel up to it. What's going on? I wonder if I'm just out of fuel. Okay, take 3 or 4 or something. We were out of fuel. Maybe we'll actually drag some fuel up to it this time. Maybe it'll run long enough to drag some fuel. Needs to choke. All right, at least we know it runs. Now we can lift it up. So the next mission here, now that we got the truck up in the air, is to address these brakes. Earlier in the video, we took care of all the wheel seals and brake shoes. So that's all taken care of. And we have front brakes pretty well okay, but it's the rear brakes that are giving us some issues. We got leaky lines all over the place. We fixed a few of them. We also replaced all the rubber hoses on the truck too, because those are going to be junk. At this point, we're going to address the rear line. It looks like we have a pretty serious leak from the rear line down to the proportioning valve, and it looks like maybe the proportioning valve is also clogged up, because when we were initially pushing on the brakes, we had good hard pedal but nothing coming out of the proportioning valve going back to the back. So we're going to get that valve out of there and then kind of see what we need from there. Hey, Mopar Garage, here's a little more information on this V10 2500. Custom side mirror. Let's see if it'll start up here. Sounds like a 6-cylinder, doesn't it? Burning bad rich out of one side, can't tell which side, but this thing was pretty loaded up, you know. Well, when it was new, had the Infinity sound, still got the I believe that's the Infinity radio that came with it. I can't remember, I think that's right. Anyway, 5-speed 4-wheel drive, 2500, regular cab. Seats are still in good shape, power seats, factory low wash. Headliner's nice and clean in it, all there. Dash trim has one place that's broke out of it. Somebody tried to steal a stereo out of it. I had it parked at my office back years and years ago and had an Alpine head unit, you know, one of the motorized ones that pops up. Somebody broke in and just tore the dash all to pieces getting that out of there, and I just never have fixed it. But anyway, 147,000 miles on it, and looks like we have one good crack in the dash, maybe two, soon to be way more, I'm sure. Anyway, if you guys are into these kind of trucks, you need to go check out my buddy over at the Mopar garage. I'm going to put a link to him right up here, and he does quite a bit on these this generation of truck. So anyway, Mopar garage, that was for you. Well, after putting all new brake lines all the way back on it, including the rubber hoses and the ones that go out to the wheel cylinders, pushed the brakes and just started getting a little bit of fluid pressure going on, popped a wheel cylinder on this back. It's a new wheel cylinder. Just can't get good parts these days. So, trip to the O'Reilly and we have one of these. So let's put this on. Maybe at this point we'll have some brakes. We'll see. Well, we got the truck back on the ground. Tires, wheels back on it, hubcap stuck back on it. Brakes are holding for now, so that's a good thing. We had to run another line to the back there. At this point, we need to unstick the clutch, but to unstick the clutch, we need to get the thing to run more than 10 seconds at a time. So to do that, we're gonna have to put a radiator in it, because if you recall last time, it was pissing on the ground. So we'll get the thing unbolted, get it out of here. Let's see, what am I missing here? Anything? We got everything out, right? As I know.
Yeah.
Except that's gonna hang. Well, our replacement radiator was kindly donated to us by the good folks over at, well, there was no good folks that donated this. I'm not sponsored. But thanks, Brandon. I appreciate you. Brandon's my buddy. He donated this. We're gonna sort of stick this in there and cobble it together. At least maybe it'll cool, and at least maybe it won't leak. So in with the aluminum one. Well, we have our radiator professionally installed. Don't judge. You got to do what you got to do. It's the wrong radiator, but it's good for our testing purposes here. Also, yeah, it developed a leak. So we're gonna have to keep this all short and sweet. But first things first, we're gonna hook this thing behind the tractor, take a spin up the driveway, and try to stomp that clutch a few times and see if we can break the thing loose. Hopefully we can. Old freedom, doing what it was designed to do. Well, we drug it with the tractor a little bit. Lo and behold, we fiddle with it. We have a clutch. We have a little bit of clutch, not a lot. So next thing we're going to do is try to get the thing started. We don't have a choke. It's cold outside today, so it's going to be a little bit of a process, but we're going to try to get it started, see if we can't drive it up the driveway for the first time in, gosh, probably 30 years. So let's see what this looks like. I don't know if I'm in neutral or not. I couldn't get it in reverse.
I think you got it second and third.
Think I do? Maybe.
I never did see reverse actually.
Well, I never could get it up there. Let's see. Well, there you go. It does run, it does drive, it does need a few things. Needs a radiator record, needs a we need to work a little bit on the shifting, because we can get to first and reverse manually, but we can't get to first and reverse using the gear shift. In neutral, it won't go forward and backward. So I'm sure the linkage is just all gross, needs to be taken care of. So I guess on the next episode, that's probably what we'll do. We'll probably pull that column out of there, address all that, and get us a radiator on it. Oh, and we'll probably put us another wheel cylinder on it, because guess what? The other rear wheel cylinder let go too. These are new wheel cylinders, like bought them a month ago new. Unbelievable. Well guys, that's gonna do it. I appreciate you watching this video. If you liked it, I appreciate you giving me a thumbs up down there. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends about us. Guys, I'll see you next time.